Hello, wherever are you? This is Jade from Jaden's Videos, and quite a few new things were done in Nightmare House 2016. This is day... what day is this? Day 15. I'm not sure if it's more than yesterday. It might be, actually. This wall, this is the roofed area, the carport area. This wall is up. It's tarp. This tarp wall is up. I know there's a little spacing up there, but that area is going to have a roof, too, so it shouldn't really matter. So there, this wall's up. A few new things. We were actually running out of tarp. We had like none left, and then we found a whole bunch in here. Like we were figuring out for like 2 hours what to do with no tarp, because the tarp is really expensive. It's like $70 for 100 feet. It's crazy. So we're figuring out what to do. And then we found a whole bunch of tarp from last year in there, so that's good. So we should be good with tarp. This is the World Motion Ghost projection, which this is the Hex Family Cemetery. So the reason it's out here instead of in the Haunted Mansion is that it's going to be projected onto the facade of the Haunted Mansion. Here's a volcano as of now for Island of the Headhunters. It's pretty cool. As you can see, it is the same structure back here as the Mummy's Tomb, the Pharaoh's Revenge from last year. I think it's a lot smaller because the poles are just positioned different. So it's a lot smaller, but it's the same structure of the Mummy's Tomb, the Pharaoh's Revenge, as you can see. The difference is, the reason it looks so different too is because the Mummy's Tomb, the Pharaoh's Revenge, it had other poles right here, I believe, to make the doorway. The top was wood, then there was a door right here, and then there was fabric right on those sides. So the reason it looks so different is because none of that inner stuff that decorated it, like a mummy's tomb, is there anymore. So now the same structure has been turned into something else. The same structure has just been turned into something else. So it just pretty much just got a different skin, per se, than last year, because this is a completely different fabric. It's see-through, but that actually makes it better, because the fire and ice light I'm planning to put behind it will show through better, and it will look cooler. This is much bigger than I thought it would be, but I like that, because you always want a big one. You want a big volcano, if you're doing a volcano for a haunt. So, same structure, which I think is pretty cool, because it looks a lot like the Mummy's Tomb and the Pharaoh's Revenge. So, for those of you who are fans of Nightmare House on YouTube and fans of it in real life, if they're good fans of it and they remember the Mummy's Tomb and the Pharaoh's Revenge, because that was a big hit last year. The only reason it's not returning is because I gotta have room for other things, and that was one of the ones it was fine if I got rid of, even though it was cool. People that are fans of the haunt might notice that this is the structure. So I'm going to look at the back just so you can see. As you can see, that's the same spray paint from the Mummy's Tomb and the Pharaoh's Revenge from last year. It was white spray paint. So it's pretty much the exact same structure, just a different skin, just a different look. It's the same structure. Guests walked through it last year. Instead of this, guests walked under it last year. But this year, they're not going to walk through it. They're just going to see it off in the distance. So, it was used for a different purpose last year. Last year, it was used for a facade. This year, it's used for scenery. So, it's different. I think it looks really cool, especially with the lava flowing down. My mom did that lava, and I spray painted it. My grandma helped me with stapling, and screwing the stuff in, because if I did that alone, this probably would have taken an hour. Maybe not an hour, maybe a half hour. But it only took about 20 minutes. A little longer because my mom was looking for orange paint and red paint. But I think it looks really cool with that lava. Like I said, my mom did that. And then me and my grandma did the rest. So it looks very cool. This is the mist maker. The mist maker is not on right now. It's just the fan that's on because we don't want to waste water. But the mist maker is actually going to go right about there in the haunt, like right on the other side of the throne, except it's going to be a little blocked off. It's just going to be a small little section that's letting the mist in. I tested it earlier, and it was so cool. It felt like you were in an actual jungle. Of course, you guys, with the video, you guys are not going to be able to experience that, but hopefully guests in person will like it, because when you walk in, first you hear the noise of the mist maker, which alone sounds like a rainforest, like rain coming down. And then you have the hold on. And then the mist. It feels like rainforest. And once you're out of the mist, you feel kind of humid and kind of sticky. So that also helps with the rainforest thing. Is there anything else done in here? Well, I know there was something, but I'm not sure if there was anything besides that one something. Okay, so my grandma, she added some bones to this, the headhunter's little thing here, the pole. She added that. I think it really adds to it. There's a jawbone, just all sorts of stuff. Whoa. This my mom did. She put up the scene setter for Dark Harvest Field of Screams. I think, well, this part was already up yesterday, but she finished it, I guess. I don't really know what she was doing. I just saw her in here applying it while I was doing other things. Wow, Island of the Headhunters is really starting to look like an island. I know you can't see it from that far away, but it's really starting to look like an island. Okay, so I have no idea how to turn this light off. Shoot, that's hot. Okay, I'll have to figure that out in a minute. But this wall was put up. This wall separating the Voodoo Swamp from the End, which is a scene name, and so if you're just now joining us. So that is the wall, and then this is where the door to the End will be. And then Deadwood, well, the end will end right about here, and then Deadwood will start. So Deadwood, I guess my grandma put these in here, which I'm probably not going to keep them in there because they look kind of weird, but they're there for now, I guess, until I find a better place to put them. I'll have to see, is there any other new stuff? Well, I know there's a lot more, but I gotta see if there's any more new things in this general vicinity. Doesn't look like it. So, moving on to where a lot of stuff was done. There's some new plants. These, like, pretty ones are probably gonna go in, Till Death Do Us Part. But there's a lot of, new plants in Carnivorous Garden and stuff. A lot of prettier plants. So, Scary Christmas has had a lot of work done. I want to show you that. Actually, first I should show you this. This wall has been put up separating Carnivorous Garden and Blood Forest from Hex Family Cemetery. So that wall's up. Gotta be careful around here because there was a snake earlier. I don't know what it was. I'm not scared of snakes, but I don't want to get bit in. I wrote new writing on the wall to go with this year's expansion of the lore, because the lore is continuing, the Nightmare House lore, which I know a lot of you guys like, with Jack and Janice and Steven and stuff in Shadow. But the lore is expanding, so I'll have to tell what's going on with the lore again. But this is supposed to be written by Janice. Rich Boy's Home. Pretty much making fun of Steven, because that's where the Haunted Mansion is, so it says Rich Boy's Home. And points him. Making fun of him being a rich boy. Okay. Scary Christmas. There's a few candy canes. I'll have to get this one more secure into the ground. This my grandma did, and I think it looks really cool. This garland along the wall. You can't really see the full effect of it right now, but it looks really cool. It looks awesome, and it's got the little Christmas ornaments on it. It looks awesome. Those little white plants. This Christmas tree, which I spray painted black for Scary Christmas. It's not as windy as it was earlier, which is kind of weird because it's nighttime now. It's more windy during the day. It broke off of its stand, as you can see, so I'm going to have to try to fix that somehow. But there's the tree. It's a very small tree. I was hoping to get a big tree, but my grandma brought this one over, so I was like, might as well use it. So I spray painted it black, and coolest part is, I know you guys can't tell this on the video, but there's these little scented things on the tree. So right when you walk into the scene, and the cool thing is, you can't smell it in Carnivorous Garden. You can't smell it at all, because you can mainly smell like the water and the hose is and stuff like that over here, because this is where the hoses and stuff are all at. So you can't smell it at all in Carnivorous Garden, but right when you walk into Scary Christmas, you just get a big whiff of it. They're scented to smell like a Christmas tree. So when guests are walking into the scene, they are literally going to smell Christmas. So it will smell like Christmas in this scene, which I think is going to be really cool and is really going to add to it. Because with the 5th anniversary, I really wanted to make the scenes more realistic and have it more like you're actually in the places that the scenes are supposed to represent. So having that is really awesome. So you can't even smell it. You can start to smell it right here. But you can't even smell it back at Carnivorous Garden, even though it's right next to Scary Christmas. You can't even smell it back here. But then when you're in Scary Christmas, get a big whiff of the Christmas smell. It's so cool. I also spray painted these Christmas presents black, and they all say this one is to Billy and Susie from Krampus, to Susie from Krampus, and to Billy from Krampus. Can't really read them on the video, but you can in real life. Since the tree was so small and I wanted the tree to be higher up, those right there are supposed to be, that's supposed to be like a pile of snow. All they are is cardboard boxes that I spray painted. I'm probably going to need to put a little bit more spray paint there, but I need some more white. Well, I have white, but I'm not going to do it right now. But I didn't even spray paint the back because there's no need. So I just spray painted those. And I think they look okay to elevate the tree. They're not supposed to be the coolest, but really no one's going to be paying attention to those. Most people are going to be paying attention to the tree itself and all the evil toys that are around the presents. But I think it's cool, though. I think it turned out, because it does look a lot like snow, the way it's painted on there, like that. My grandma also put these Christmas ornaments, which, yeah, I think that's fine. I was about to say, I don't think she realized that's where Carnivorous Garden is, but it's blocked off from Carnivorous Garden. I just remembered that. I spray painted more words on the wall. That one says Krampus. That one's supposed to be like an evil snowman type face. This one also has to do with the lore. This Janice wrote, "Kill them, Stephen," signed Janice. This right here is a nativity scene that my grandma brought over. I'm not going to bloody this one up, of course, because, like I said, I'm Christian, so, and it will probably also offend a lot of people in the haunt. I'm more nervous about me feeling bad for doing it than offending people, of course, because I'm a Christian, so I really don't want to bloody up Christian things. So I'm just going to keep it like that. Maybe I'll put orange lights where the lights go instead of these normal lights, just to add a Halloween vibe to it. But with everything else going on in the scene, like all the blood and stuff, and Krampus, and that guy being electrocuted by lights, Skeleton Santa, that evil snowman that my dad's being, just all the blood and all the creepy Christmas stuff, all the evil toys, like, just having one normal thing isn't that bad, because it is supposed to be like a decorated house for Christmas that was taken over pretty much. So just having, well, there is a few normal things, but it also adds a little more realism to it, because not everything's going to look creepy, just some things. So I think it's fine like that, because it does look cool there, though, at the end of Scary Christmas. I forgot to tell you, this wall was put up. That's a Scary Christmas wall. Shoot. There's no scene on the other side of the wall. That's one of the back walls of the haunt. Well, I guess you would say side wall. But this is one of the back walls. Like, beyond this is nothing. It's just a lot of, like, behind the scenes workspace stuff, as you can see, and scene setters. There's trampoline. A lot of the just behind the scenes workspace stuff. So behind this wall right here, there's nothing, and if you're wondering how I'm so high up, I'm on the porch. Behind this wall is not a part of the haunt at all. It's just one of the back walls. So the haunt doesn't go any further this way than that, but it does go further back. So my dad needs to elevate this a little more. He kind of elevated it, but it still needs to be elevated a little more. More writing. It says, "I love you, Jack," signed Janice. This wall was already here, separating Scary Christmas. Let's see how good you can see in there. Does that look cool from up above? I hope it does. It's separating Scary Christmas from the die-in. That one was already up, but this one was just put up. This is the farthest back wall. This wall is the one that goes the farthest back. As you can see, this is where the projector, which is probably going to be on the roof over in Scary Christmas, is going to be projecting horror clips from horror movies onto this wall to fit die-in better. So I'm going to die-in will end right here, but there's an actor entrance / employee entrance right here, or exit, whatever you want to call it, and that pretty much leads back to a backstage area behind the scenes. A lot of just random stuff. There's the shed, all that stuff. So going out that way will also lead you out over to where the trampoline is. So this is behind actually this right here is behind the farthest Scary Christmas wall, which I just showed you as up on that porch. This is the farthest behind that Scary Christmas wall. So we can pretty much access the whole farthest back part of the haunt through that door. And it also goes back behind Hex Family Cemetery, as you can see, which also, that's Island of the Headhunters over there. Like right here, right beyond this, that is Island of the Headhunters right there. You can see the skulls for the throne. They're like right there. All the scenes are very close to each other. It's just all the back and forth. It takes a while to get to each scene. Like, from coming out of Hex Family Cemetery, you're not going to be to Island of the Headhunters for another, I would say, 3 minutes. So, like, you don't go, oh, there's Island of the Headhunters. You gotta go that way, then you gotta go, oh, that way, then that way, then that way, and then you're in it. So, all the scenes are close together, but all the zigzags make it take a while. So, this employee entrance is going to be, there's going to be a door here, but it's not going to be like the normal doors like these ones. It's not going to be like the normal doors. It's going to be like, it's going to look like a wall, but it's going to have a little flap that you can open, that employees can open up. Looks like more scene setters were done. I'm not sure, though. This is Hex Family Cemetery. I know this back wall was just put up today. The tombstones are still the same. Not really much changed here. Of course, that wall. Going to the Haunted Mansion now. And we're gonna go out of here. Is that everything new? I'm looking to see if that's everything new. It seems like it might be. That might be everything new. Yes, I think it is. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Nightmare House 2016 is in 2 days, since Halloween is only 2 days away. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.